Right, hi guys, we're going to be looking at if-elif-else statements. Elif statements are just kind of like an if and an else had a baby. Look, it's the first two letters of else and then if added to it. The way it works is we've got this program before we've been looking at. So if number is greater than or equal to 10 and number is less than 100, it will say your number is between 10 and 100. Otherwise, it will say this. Problem happens is, what happens if you type in 8? Well, it's going to say your number is outside of 10 and 100. What happens if you type in 8,000, 8 million, 8 billion? It's going to say the same thing, which seems a bit silly. So we're going to make more kind of different ranges of numbers to say different things. So the way you do this is you just write elif, and then you add your condition again. You still need to type number the second time here. And you write elif number is greater than or equal to 11 and number is less than 100. So if you type in now, if you type in say 5, it will hit this one. If you type in 50, it will hit this. And if you type in 105, it will hit this. You can take it further and you can actually add more of these if you wanted. So you could do elif and then you could change the numbers to be let's see, 101 and 200, and then you could say your number is between 101 and 200 there, and that would work as well. You just got to be careful with the boundaries here. So an easy mistake to make is, say you type in greater than 100 here and you do less than 100. If the user types in exactly 100, it's going to fall between these two bits and it's going to hit this, which you don't actually want. Let's look how we're actually going to do this in Python. So that's not what I want. So this is worksheet 7. Again, that's just the example I showed. We've got a friend, complimenter, insulter. It's up to you really. I've already started it here. What you've got to do is type in the name of your friend. So I'll just do, who do I hate? Let's go Mr. Miller, and then you print. And you write, you are smelly. That's kind of how you do it. And then for each friend, you add an elif. So you go, can you actually just copy this? It'll probably be easier. Just make sure this is elif. So, and then notice how these are in line with each other. If they're not in line, you've probably missed out a colon or something there. Especially if it's a giant red line, so be careful with that. Let's say we say it's Mr. Bringhurst, and then we'd say, well, this is going to be a compliment. You wear great shirts. What else? Who else are we going to insult? Mr. Hopkins. I was going to make a Welsh joke, but they make the same jokes about Aberdonians, so I don't know. I don't even know. You are a great guy. What a nice message. From there, we just go else, and then you say print. There's not a limit to how many of these you add. You can keep adding these. We say, you are not my friend. And obviously you can customize this to the people that you know. I'm not wanting a winky face. Right, if we run this, what is your friend's name? We'll go Mr. Miller. It's going to hit that first box, you are smelly. If you run it again, we go Mr. Bringhurst. You wear great shirts. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. They're great. So how would you do this for these programs? The cats one, it's a little bit different. I think some people might get a bit intimidated by the table, but it's not that bad. The way you do it is you ask for cats first. You go cats equals int input. How many cats do you have? Don't want that. And then we say if cats is bang on 0. Oh, it's so sad. You sadly have no cats. Then you say, copy this, elif cats is between 1 and cats is less than 3 there, and you say, oops, you have a normal amount of cats, and you just keep it like that, and you keep going. So you would copy that, and then you would do it for 4 and 6, and then that could just be else, doesn't have to be 7 or more, and that's really it. And it kind of goes similar style the whole way down. I will say for the extension task, if anybody gets to that, it's not as bad as it looks. Way it works, well, it's a lot of code, but it's not that difficult. Way it works is, yeah, as you can see, it's a lot of code. If you run it there, well, if we look at it first, it asks for the material. Which material are you checking? Then it checks the temperature. What is its temperature? If the material is water, notice how there's another if statement inside the if statement. That is how you do it. Same way for the aluminium, there's a big if statement for temperature inside the if statement. So a little bit tricky, but if you can do that, well, you'll be laughing next year at Nat 5. And so I'll just, you know what, let's just say gold, I don't know what the melting point is, let's say 2000 degrees. Melting point reached, gold is a liquid, and that's because it's hit the, it got to here, it checked that it was gold, and then it got it was between the melting point, and it ran that bit of code there. This is all following that little table, this table here. Right, hopefully this was helpful. Bye.